Hello everybody, my name is Julius and I am here once again, another week, another chapter of this podcast that, yes, I am being consistent on, and I'm having a different person on each week, on each episode, and it's been a bit crazy these past couple weeks in terms of the people I've had on, and now it's only going to elevate because of this next person that I have. It is someone who I've known for a good amount of time. A good amount of time at this point. And we know people who have been on this little series of mine.
Many people.
Many people actually. Most of them actually. Most of them, you know.
Yeah.
And it is my friend, Jessica.
Hello. Hi.
How are you? How are you, Jessica?
I'm good. Today was the first day at PCC, so first day
for
back.
school for you?
Yeah, first day back in fall term.
Mm-hmm. So,
and as I was saying to your mom just a second ago, I didn't realize how soon I'm ready to transfer.
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit of that while I was in here getting ready.
Yeah, I've been there for 3 years, so you know it's not like I'm crying that I'm about ready to leave. Junior college, you know. But I've definitely enjoyed, at the same time, I've definitely enjoyed my time at Pasadena City College. So I was just surprised when they're like, oh yeah, you can try, like your last term is this upcoming spring. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. Wow. All right. So I actually need to get my stuff together now.
Now it's the final lap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I met you during your first semester.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
You were one
school.
of my first friends that I found on my own. Well,
I didn't. Not on your own.
It was not on my own.
Through Brian.
Through another friend who I did find on my own.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I didn't even find him. He came up to me because I had a freaking cast on.
Well, really? I didn't know that.
It was, yeah.
You had a cast on?
You haven't heard the story?
No.
Oh,
no. What
okay.
happened? Between you meeting Brian, who was the guy on the first episode of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had, I think, English 1A together. Which was the zombie professor, right? The professor that did the zombie thing. It's an
English class, but designed with the motif of zombies.
Yes.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Really sick.
Yeah.
For anyone that isn't, English isn't their subject, it was definitely a way to get students interested. Yeah. Even if you are interested in English, it was like, holy crap, this is awesome. You know, yeah. Brian was definitely losing his shit.
Of course, yeah. He's a psychopath already. Loves guns and everything. So he's just about that.
Exactly. So we had English 1A and honors, because we're smart. And college 1, right? Because they make you take that college 1 class.
Yeah, that's right. I
didn't realize I had both classes with him. And I come into class because I think I just gotten back from nationals. For the listeners, I'm a competitive figure skater. So I had just gotten back from nationals. I'd done off ice the week before school and sprained my ankle really bad to the point where I was afraid, when am I going to get back on the ice? So they put me in this...
Here, I'm going to ask you to speak into the mic. You silly bastard. There you go. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. There we go. Jesus. So they put me, it wasn't a cast, but it was a boot. They put me in a boot, right? Because they were like, just in case we want you need to rest for at least 2 weeks. This boot needs to be on you. Yeah. So I had it on the week before school and then the first week of school. And that got a lot of attention because people are like, oh, damn, you're in your first semester here and you're already starting off with a boot, which it looked like a cast. So people were automatically like, oh, it's a cast. You broke your foot. I'm so sorry.
Were they trying to sign it?
No one was trying to sign it, but I definitely got the sympathy. You know when people scoot over?
Yeah.
I definitely got the sympathy scoots, the, oh shit, I need to open the door for her.
Yeah.
Sympathy. Yeah, I definitely got those. And it was either the first or the second day. And Brian was like, hey, I see you have a cast on your foot. I'm so sorry. I also noticed we had 2 classes together, Do you want to... he was trying to be friendly because we had classes together and nice person. We're both new to the school. So that was his segue into meeting me and saying hello and becoming friends, was like, oh dude, I'm so sorry about your foot. Is there any way I can help you?
If there's anything that Brian is good at, it's finding an in.
Yes.
You know, and
yes,
pursuing the in.
Yes.
It's what happens after that. that it
yes.
becomes a little disastrous. You know what I mean? He's
a little convoluted,
but
with good intentions.
Yeah. Right. So when I first met Brian, I thought he was like total like stud ladies man because of the amount of women that he was talking
hilarious.
to. You know what I mean? But like he would,
no,
like you're the proof here. You know what I mean? He came up to you, all like you know how he claps his hands and shit, all excited and everything. All right, well, what can I do for you? You know, that type of shit. And
how many times have you done that voice on this podcast?
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Not that often, actually.
You need to do it more.
The next time I have Brian on, I'm going to do it, and we're going to see if people can tell.
I hope so.
Who it is.
Please.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I haven't done it too much because I only had Brian on the one.
Okay.
And then I had Sebastian on this second one, so I did it there. But
did you do his accent?
Sebastian's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I did it with
I think the
Jacob
viewers need to hear the range of voices.
Oh my God! Well,
that you create.
Well, what'll happen is I plan on having both of them, Sebastian and Brian, on at the same time.
So you just want chaos?
Yeah, like what are they called? Like celebrity fights, boxing matches.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
Like you get Brian and Sebastian together, and they're gonna argue.
Oh,
they're going to argue. We got into a crazy argument the other night, or the other week, or something, but which I won't detail. I'll let them, if they want to bring that up when they're in here. That's them. But it gets heated. It
does.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Brian will approach. I feel like he's very good at approaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. He's very good at conversation starters and making you feel welcome.
Yeah, but there's have you ever seen the movie Glenn Ross?
No.
So there's this famous scene in there where Alec Baldwin is this top salesman. He comes to this office at a rainy night where these three salesmen who just suck at their job, they're still there after hours.
This just sounds like Alec Baldwin's life.
Yeah, literally. Especially lately, dude. But he comes in there and he kind of reprimands them. He tells them that you ain't shit and everything. It's like a famous scene where he's has this great dialogue about how they're just not good salesmen. They're not cutting it.
Yeah.
And there's this this famous part in the speech where it's like A, B, C, always A, always B, B, C, closing, always B, closing. And I have to tell that to Brian. You got to learn how to close, my friend. You got to learn how to close in these situations, because we went to a party recently with the usual. You can.
He could go on.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love conversations with him.
Yeah. You gotta know how to wrap it up.
But goddamn.
You gotta know how to.
When you get too long-winded people in the same conversation, you got a 5-hour conversation every damn day.
It's like running a marathon. And I'm like this. I've been like this. I think we've all been like this.
Yes.
Especially if you like talking with people and stuff.
Absolutely.
I have a podcast. Are you kidding me? I've definitely been like this.
You've made a commodity out of this.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But I saw Brian on the hunt, as it were, at a party recently. Good God. And yeah, I'll do the voice again. So, we were at this party with the usual suspects, some of the people who've been on this program, and I'm not going to name names or anything, but I met this girl at this party. It was really nice, just waiting for the restroom, and we're talking, and I thought we're hitting it off and everything. It's a nice, engaging conversation.
Yeah.
It's almost on the level of our kinds of conversations.
Yeah, okay,
almost. Because I say almost because there's really no one like you out there.
Oh, damn.
see, especially not this chick. So we just talk a little bit, but then I figure, and it's proven that she has a boyfriend.
Okay.
And then Brian came up to me before he knew about the boyfriend.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he patted me on the back. He said, "Yeah, Jules, getting out there. Good for you, man." It's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm just chilling right now. I'm having a little drink and everything."
Yeah.
People are spread out in this very small house, And later I see he's talking to this girl. And they're having a better conversation than what me and her had, because they have some similarities in that. Because Brian goes to UCLA, and I think this chick also does. And, so does her boyfriend. But I saw them. They're engaged and everything. Yeah. I missed a part where apparently they were dancing, and he dipped her. So he's trying to make it happen and everything. But then apparently he found out that she had a boyfriend, and I could see the conflict in his eyes. You know what I mean?
the moment of, oh fuck, I've come this far.
He committed a dip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
how do I back down now without being a complete and total jerk?
Yeah, but oh god, because I could see the smile he had.
Yeah. And
Brian has a really nice smile, but I could see the cracks in it, like the little the crow's feet at the end of the grin and everything. Yeah. And I saw him just like kind of deflate, And I'm not here trying to embarrass Brian or anything. I've been in that situation plenty.
I feel like everyone has, whether it's been a conversation or like I'm trying to get your number or your Snapchat or whether it be literally dipping a person or being like, hey, you want to give me your phone number?
Well, I think he got the name of her after he did the dip. Oh. So I missed the dip, but I didn't miss the name. Okay. You know what I mean? I got the name before I asked for a dip. I didn't ask for a dip. I was just waiting for the restroom. Yeah. I'm just waiting to do my business. I'm just trying to piss and the other stuff in the restroom. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever else was available in there, that was my main objective. They wanted to talk to me about surfing or some, what, because of my hair and everything. I was just like, hey man, listen, that's cool and everything. Hey, I'm getting excited. Cool. Oh, can I introduce her to my mom yet? It's like those thoughts in your head. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, she's got a boy. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I'm going to go take care of my business in the restroom.
Yeah. Nice try, GG. Gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah. I can say that I didn't commit to a dip. What? I mean, you're in a relationship with my friend, your boyfriend, Miles with Y.
Yes. He's on one, right?
Not yet.
Okay, not right. Yet. He said
he's thinking about it, and I get it. It's not for everybody.
He wants to.
And I would love to have him on. Yeah. But you've been with each other for a couple years.
Yes.
When is the appropriate time for a dip?
Oh. I feel like you have to know your part. I don't feel like this is like a definite, like, this 2 months, dead set. Yeah. If it's not done by 2 months, you're not a real relationship. I feel like
it's all dependent on the dip.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely like you gotta know your partner. Because me personally, we've talked about this. Yeah. I'm very much a physical touch person.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Friends, relationship, whatever it be. Yeah. I'm very much so like touchy, hug.
It's fun.
Yeah. That's just who I am.
It's just, yeah.
So if Miles were to dip me, even back when we were friends, I would not have, I would not have made it weird.
It's not a boundary thing.
No, not at all. But that's just me.
Yeah.
There are other people that are like, don't fucking touch me without asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's definitely the person that you wait like 2 months to dip.
Well, especially while dancing. I mean, a dip can be very... a dip speaks to a larger thing. I think that happens with guys specifically when approaching women. Where
and it's so sweet.
It's nice and, fairy tale like and everything, but there's a big like confidence you have to kind of gain to even approach something like that. Oh, yes. You know what I mean? Like, and because you're
two have
jumping.
to be in the moment.
Yeah. Yes. And you don't want to force it.
No. You don't just launch her down.
No, you don't launch her down. You don't put your head on her lap when it's too early. You know what I mean? Like you just feel like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Was that a shot at somebody?
Yeah, at myself probably. I mean, a lot of it is trial and error and everything. But,
yeah.
A lot of guys are just kind of scared about this type of shit.
Yeah.
Me being one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, you become friends first.
Right.
I feel like that has been based off of Miles and my previous relationship. That is like my cardinal rule these days is like you become friends first.
Yeah.
Then you worry about a relationship if the feelings are mutual.
Yeah.
If you both think you're hot and you know the friendship is amazing, then you think about it. But if you can't even smoothly get along in a friendship.
Yeah. Well, a relationship is already like, it's work.
Yes.
Any type of relationship is work. So when you add that component to it, I mean, I think I know that when it comes to a sexual aspect in any type of relationship, my problem is that I will simplify it when that component complicates things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. For me, it's simple. But then because of that
for
foresight,
someone like me who highly values physical touch, if you're like, say I'm any random person, Miles, whoever, you know, say we go and have sex one night and then the next night he tells me that he's not feeling great about the relationship or, he's mad at me for this. I'm in my head, I'm going to be doing a rat race and I'm like, okay, why did we just have that previous experience the other night and you didn't tell me before? And yeah. I'm like, okay, I hold that to being such an intimate thing that means that you're comfortable with me. You're not mad at me. We're on good terms. You're happy. You're into me.
Yeah.
Why did we just fuck? And then now you're mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
For someone like me, that would definitely do a number in my head.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the part of when you get into the physical aspect, like the heavily physical aspect. If you have problems with that person beforehand, that can really just muddy things,
Because
crazy.
Literally trying to communicate during it is already funny and weird and just its own different type of communication. So if you can't communicate and just saying, hey, where are we going for lunch?
Yeah.
You're done for.
Yeah. Or even like a grudge can mess things up.
Yeah.
I guess, a grudge is probably the biggest example, right?
Yeah.
Shit like that. Yeah. It'll just make things more... You'll feel more bitter, I think.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the it needs to be, it needs to be said. If like a person like me, if that's how you hold, if that's how you think,
Yeah.
You gotta communicate that way the other person isn't like, oh, I don't get why you're holding back or insecure right now or this or that. And it's like, okay, I want you to talk to me first before we do anything physical.
Yeah, that's true.
That's got to be said too. Like, you can't... Don't just osmosis think that the person gets you. Because even if you... even after 2.5 years, we still need to communicate. Even after... knowing Brian, being friends with Brian for 3-4 years now.
A good amount of time.
Yeah, there's still some times where you just gotta not explain out your feelings, but at least say, hey, this is where I'm coming from. Because no one's a freaking mind reader.
No.
Yeah.
I'm awful at that. Well, let me rephrase it. I'm working on that.
I felt that.
I'm working on that because, oh man, I've actually felt a weight lifted recently when it came to some things you're talking about things you want to say, things you have to say, things you feel like you need to say, right? Yeah. I had a situation with a person where, and I'm not going to name names because the people who know this person might be listening. So all I'll say is I had to go through a situation very recently, actually yesterday, where I had to let someone go.
Yeah.
And it was actually very cathartic.
Yeah.
You know? And because, you can't change people's minds.
No.
You can't, you don't want to.
No.
Being able to actually let something go, something you wanted for so long.
Yes.
You just let it go.
Yeah.
It's like I can breathe again.
Yeah. There's one less thing to think about.
Yeah. But something to hyper focus on.
Yeah.
I don't want to hyper focus on this shit. This shit has been killing me this whole year. Like I don't want to. I have enough problems. I have enough problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
One of which is and we saw it.
Where's this going?
I didn't mean to point at you when I said that, but it was when I was on my way to pick you up.
Oh, yeah.
And there are some, I don't know if they're still happening. They might be done at this point.
Oh, that's right.
But there were crazy fires.
Yes.
Like right near where I live, right near where you live and everything.
Yeah.
There's some, like, I have pictures of it. I took videos of it. There were some brush fires in this area that is known by the LA River, that is known for like a lot of just crazy shit happening. Yeah. Like a lot of, I hate to, ostracize the homeless or anything, but like it happens a lot with crackheads around here and stuff like that. People who don't have a home or services. Yeah. There was a big ass fire, and you saw it when we were on our way back.
Yeah.
But you saw it? What did you feel when you saw it?
I mean, it was half of at this point, living and growing up in LA, half of it is like I'm almost desensitized to it, to the point where I'd make a joke out of it and say, welcome to LA. Because literally like 3 years ago, we had that fire that was right next to Griffith Observatory, and we were all holy crap,
Yeah.
So when that happened, I almost feel like, hearing a brush fire in LA is not a shock much of anymore, but to see it somewhat closely to like homes that are right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely still in the heart of LA. We're East LA, but we're in the heart of LA.
Yeah. And that's very true. And also what got me was that I was driving with Sebastian the other night. I think we dropped off Jacob, because Jacob lives right near there.
Okay.
Near that area.
Oh.
So, and this area is right next to the 110 freeway.
Yep.
Which is ass. That freeway is awful.
If you're a beginner driver, you don't take it. And if you do, like I had to, you become a damn good driver.
Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, it'll cut the fat for sure in terms of how you drive and everything.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
But it's awful still. And it's right next to where this fire was. This fire is right next to where this freeway is.
Yeah.
But when I dropped off Jacob and I was driving with Sebastian to take him home, I think a week or two ago, I mean, dude, there was another fire right there.
Yep.
There was another fire right there in the middle of the night.
Yep.
And then we're driving along the freeway, and then we see another one. Just this single tree. No, it must have just started just in the middle of this little field. Literally.
Yeah.
Just this little tree on...
Burning bush?
Yeah, like a burning bush, man. But it was like tall, like 10 feet tall, maybe.
Jesus.
And it was in the middle of everything. It must have just started.
I've definitely seen that during the daytime with my duet partner.
Oh, really?
Torrance.
Oh, no.
And she was like, oh my God, this freeway's insane. And I'm like, because she just moved from Utah.
Oh, really?
So, like, freeway fires, brush fires.
Yeah. Freeway
weird stuff is uncommon to her. So, and she's 15, right? So it's definitely a culture shock.
They have more like plains out there, don't they?
Yeah.
Like a lot more just highways.
Yes.
With no one there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or you'll be in Salt Lake, which is like, kind of like Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like
not too many people.
Yeah, it's enough of a city to be a big city, but it still has that small town vibe.
Yeah, we have too many people here, man.
Yeah, we do.
I don't mean to sound like a conservative or something, but we just have too many people here.
Well, I mean, poor city planning. If you want to hear a rant for Miles, ask him about...
Yeah. If I have him on, I'll definitely ask him about that.
Ask him about how city planning of LA is so poorly made because nothing is walkable or bikeable in LA.
And I feel like that's a contributor to these types of problems, like with fires
absolutely.
and crime and shit like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, it's a part of it all. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no, who's designing this shit? Who's putting certain people in this area, certain people in that area?
Yeah.
You know, these pieces of capital are more worth than these pieces over here and everything.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. And
well, I mean, part of the 110 freeway was literally they moved people from
their homes.
Yeah, remove people from their homes. The Spanish poor communities moved them from their homes because they were like, "Oh, we'll reimburse you later. It's fine." And it was never enough money to
it's never
actually
enough.
sustain them.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest example of that in Los Angeles is Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Dodger Stadium is a big landmark in Los Angeles.
And the fact that amazes me is I didn't learn about that until freshman year of junior college.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know?
I think I learned it not my freshman year of PCC, but a later year.
In high school?
No, a later year.
See, that's even worse.
Yeah.
It's literally LA history.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, I mean, what trumps LA history is LA iconography.
Ooey, owie, yeah.
Yeah, the icon status of Los Angeles will always trump it, you know? But what happened was it was a whole community up there where Dodger Stadium is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's kind of like a hill area, right? It looks like, I've always said it kind of looks like a little volcano and everything, but
I thought of that too as a kid.
You got the little path and stuff.
I thought about that too.
Yeah, and it has the base and stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason it's shaped like that is because there were homes there.
Yes.
It was filled with
it was literally
Hispanic communities.
Yeah. It was farmers were there.
Yeah. And then the place was bought, the land was bought by, what was it, the owner of the Dodgers? Because they're from New York originally.
So.
They're from New York originally, the Dodgers.
But no, weren't the Dodgers from Boston?
No, they're from Brooklyn, I think.
You're right.
Yeah, I think they're from. I'll double check.
No, you're right.
But I'm pretty sure they're from. The reason I know that is because of a Wu-Tang lyric. But so don't tell anyone that it's not real music, okay? Fuck you, Ben Shapiro. It is real music. Fuck you.
The children.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro calling homeless people in Los Angeles monsters. God, silly bastard. God, just silly angry. Baka. Just angry. Yeah, Sussy Baka can't make your doctor wife wet ass P word. Yeah, like get out of here, bro. But we're talking about Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yes.
They came, they bought the land, scooped everyone out.
Yeah.
Fucked it up.
Yeah.
Fucked those families up at least.
Yeah.
I was in El Monte.
Yeah.
Months ago.
Yeah.
And that's a big Mexican area.
Yes.
Lynn lives over there.
Okay.
And there was a punk show happening.
That's
and
sick.
It was happening actually right next door to where she lives.
Ah.
And it was cool, right? You got the pit and everything. And it's like a whole family event. So little kids are in the pit in LA.
Aww.
There's this guy who comes up. He's about to play with his band as the other band leaves. He goes up on the mic and he opens up. The balls, people are not going to understand the balls you need to have to say this in a Mexican neighborhood, okay? He started up his set by saying, "Hey, yo, everyone, fuck the Dodgers."
Oh,
like
he was ready for war.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop because of that, you know. And I heard a guy say "boo" and everything.
That's hilarious.
Because Mexicans love the Dodgers.
Which is
we love the Dodgers.
Yes,
we love. I got a cap in here somewhere. Where's my cap? Where is it? I literally have a cap here somewhere.
I know. I think I've seen you wear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You literally have a Dodgers bobblehead.
Yeah, I got it. Wait, who is it? Wait, hold on. Let me go find see who it is. This is what I'm saying. Iconography over history.
Yeah.
It was. It's number 47, Howie Kendrick.
Oh.
It's all dusty. See?
Dusty.
There you go. Here, listen to the bobble. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but this guy opened up with that He opened up with that. And then he was just like, no, wait, let me just tell you why, though. And it was because of the history of what happened with the people there.
Which is why I'm so... and it literally was mentioned in the documentary that we watched in class. Why it's so interesting.
Class?
No.
Okay,
the College awesome. 1 class.
Okay, all right. That would have been cool.
I know, that would have been. But it was mentioned that it's so interesting that, like, that's part of the Hispanic history in LA, yet it's such a pride. It's such a Hispanic pride to be a Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and I don't understand it, but I'll go with it.
I mean, it's kind of similar to. I mean, it's very similar to a lot of gentrification happening, which I talked to Brian about in the first episode. But my question is, and you know, I'm curious what people think, especially people who've listened to this.
Damn, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
The story I had is much.
Oh no, and I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited to hear the story.
It's so much more stupid. It's so much more stupid.
Good, because we need that stupidity before we get away from this intellectualism. The only thing missing from this is my pipe and Sebastian. But my question is, can good things come from gentrification? Which is a very hipster question, but it is. You know, because like what you just mentioned with the pride of being a Dodger fan in LA, right? Like it's turned into something else, but what was the cost of that happening?
Absolutely.
Right?
I feel like, okay, if I were to use an example or if I were to take an example as an argument for a maybe or a yes.
Mm-hmm. Here, keep going. I'm just going to grab my pipe.
Okay. Do you actually? Oh my God, you have one. Oh my God.
Professor Pipe. You know what? Call me Professor Pipe from now on.
Professor.
Ooh. There's dust in it, dude. There's actual dust in it. I'm so... Hey, you said we needed more stupid shit.
There we go.
Here we go. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
That was great.
Yeah, yes or maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Would be literally along York Boulevard, right down from where I live in Highland Park, is like there has been within the last 20, 30 years there's been so much gentrification there.
Yeah.
Along York Boulevard. Yeah. Because initially that was where, you know, the gangs were. Yeah. Back when my mom was growing up. Mm-hmm. So to see how it is now, and it's like the place where people will go to on like a Saturday night, if there are measures set up so that the money can still be reallocated to people that are from that area, right? You know, like set up a scholarship for a restaurant owner that is Hispanic and lived and born and raised in Highland Park, then I would argue, yeah, because then you're giving the community a chance for upward mobility and jobs. Yeah. But if those are not in place, then I feel like it's so risky and it's such a slippery slope of just being taken advantage of, you know?
Yeah, how are we going to preserve a community and a culture, right?
Yes.
Because
without completely bulldozing.
Yeah, because you see what happens with Dodger Stadium. Yeah. Like York, York is a very good example of that place, that area, that street. Let's just focus on that
literally
street because
it's
literally just that street. Yeah, really, it is just a strip that's completely different from the rest of the community. Yes. It is completely transformed in that there's a place called fucking Donut Friend, you know, there's
Scoops.
There's a barcade,
there's a little playground.
Yeah, there's a little playground with a playground, not just a playground with a gate. Yes. Like, yeah, do you need a key to get in there, or do you need to know a code or something to get in there?
I think there is like a code, push code pin pad on there, but I think it's never actually locked.
Okay.
But it's just for show.
Right. So, you know, you're getting this whole idea of security. I mean, I've never seen that many beforehand. Yeah. Before it became something new, York Boulevard, I'd never seen that many white people in that area. No. You know, just walking around like not a care in the world, you know? Like it's, like it's Mayberry.
Literally, I just moved in 5 years ago, so I can't.
Yeah, Maddie, it's just like I hear literally in the background sometimes driving on York the Andy Griffith Show theme. You know what I mean? Like Like, you know, you're like, and little Ronnie Howard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of place we're talking about. I don't know. I mean, there is no easy answer.
No.
I'm only reminded of the very public spat between Spike Lee, the filmmaker,
Yes.
loved, you know, Do the Right Thing, Chirac,
Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yes.
And it was between him and Michael Rappaport, who's
Okay.
this white dude who acts black, who's an actor and everything,
Yeah.
who has his own, you know, street cred and
Okay.
to a certain extent.
Okay.
But they had a very public argument about gentrification.
But he's not black.
But he's
Yeah.
not black. He looks like a Chester. Okay, that's the white we're
Ew.
talking about. All right,
Ew.
he looks like his name could be Chester. You know, and if you look up Michael Rappaport, argue with me, argue with me. Okay, like honestly, it's great. Like he's got that Eminem voice. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Yo, you motherfucker! What
Yeah.
the fuck? You know, that type of
Yeah.
shit. And you know, Michael Rappaport was in favor, more or less, for gentrification. Spike Lee was against it.
Right.
And, you know, I feel like there are wins and losses on both sides.
Yes.
Because that's just kind of how it is.
Yes.
You know, I don't want people to get fucking,
No.
like you said, bulldozed or
Yeah.
anything. You know?
But I mean, that's
You got to vote the right people in.
yes.
You got to vote the right people in.
Literally, local elections determine big elections. It's not.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence.
No, yeah, it's I mean it's the ripple effect. You know?
Yeah.
It's where you drop a little pebble into water.
Yep.
That water is going to move all the way to
Yep.
the ocean and everything.
That's why when people, because Highland Park is gentrified enough that you get people going from door to door now, trying to for the when local elections do come up, trying to get the support of Rick Caruso or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, fuck Rick Caruso. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I haven't really looked into Caruso,
bro. Okay,
but I know the hate for Caruso.
Okay.
There's in Eagle Rock, I think, on Colorado. There's
Really?
there's like a there's a truck that's always there that has a
That's
picture
hilarious.
of him, and it says "Don't
Well,
vote for."
Okay, he switched to Democrat at the last minute. He was a Republican for the longest time. And
And this was recent.
yes, he clearly just switched parties to look,
To look better for
to
the,
look
the
better
locals.
for yes.
Right.
And then I think there was also oh god, now I'm going to sound like I'm talking out my ass, but there was another thing that
what happened?
I think it had something to do with the police. You know, he
Oh,
was
okay.
either a huge police supporter or something along those lines that I can't
Yeah.
remember right now. But
If I get to talk to Miles about this stuff, I'm sure he'll
Yes.
be very educated.
oh yeah, yeah,
And I will.
He always will be.
I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Try to match him in that,
Oh yeah,
which will not go well for me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was I saying before Rick Caruso?
Gentrification.
Oh yes, okay. So people in Highland Park will still go door to door.
Right.
And at first you freak out because you're like, oh god, who the hell is at the door, right? And
Yeah.
then you step out. And it was really cool because one of the representatives this last time, they asked, what's one of your biggest concerns in Highland Park? And I said I don't want to see the Hispanic community completely leave due to gentrification here.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, that's actually really cool because we have a statistic here that within our district, there was 30% Hispanic people that actually left this moved out of this district. She's like, with our representative, that is one of her main focuses.
Yeah. To retain.
Yeah.
It was 30%, so the 70%.
Yeah.
Or even add on to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So-
What's her name? Do you remember her name? The candidate's name?
Oh, I just remember last name Hernandez.
Hernandez. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope. It's funny that we're talking about gentrification. I called Brian a gentrifier once, and he got really angry.
Of course he did. Of course he
I
did.
was like, "You with your nice backyard and everything, your shirts,
Oh god.
your guns.
Oh god. Oh god.
What do you mean?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably pulled out the just because I'm a light-skinned Hispanic doesn't mean I'm not Hispanic.
Oh my god.
Which is completely valid.
That it is. It is, but I mean that doesn't give him the carte blanche to go after me. No. It's like, see, I'm more Hispanic than you.
No.
What you're on that Mass Effect dick, okay? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Literally.
There are some local bakeries and coffee places that retain Mexican culture,
yes.
Which I really enjoy.
I know, we always go to those. I love going to those.
Tierra Mia is a really good one. Actually, a very good one. There's one over near my school in near Cal State, LA,
right.
and it's always good, man. It's always good. They have this really big one in Lincoln Heights. Ooh. It's like a really big one. I tried going to once, but the parking kicked my ass, just because. Yeah, I think it's on Broadway, so I mean, people drive crazy on Broadway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
You know, man. You know. But I want to hear this.
I drive.
You drive.
I drive.
I want to hear this story of
Okay.
yours, because when I picked you up, the first thing you said was, "You want to hear a story?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's hear it."
Okay. It was literally, you know how you called me to tell me that you were like on York and like 5 to 10 minutes away.
Because of the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to get, right? I was about to get up to get ready.
Right.
I was expecting no distractions. And so Miles FaceTimes me.
Oh, all right. Cool.
And, it's not, we've been FaceTiming more recently, but it's not common because we're both busy right now, right?
Sure, yeah.
So he calls me, and he knows that I have the humor of a child,
right?
And any poop, fart, burp joke, and I'm just
okay.
I'm immediately there.
All right.
Right. You might as well call me a little boy because I eat it up. I love it, but
you got nice taste for a little boy. Have you never seen that?
No.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, no, go ahead, but I'll pull it up right now.
Okay. So he calls me, he FaceTimes me, and I answer, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hi, babe," and he's on the toilet.
Look what I did.
I can tell, and he's like, "Hey, babe, guess who's a poopy man right now?"
Oh my god.
I'm like, he's like, "It's not me, even though I'm pooping." And I'm like, "Okay, then who is it?"
Who is it?
Right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes as a joke, we'll say, "Oh, you're a little stinky man," or "Oh, you're a little my stinker," or "Poopy man."
Yeah.
Because he stinks. He's rancid.
Oh,
but
yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah.
So this is not out of pocket, right?
Okay.
For us to be playful in this way.
Right. Yeah. No, I've heard worse. I've heard worse for sure.
So I'm like, "Who?" And he says, "I don't know. You might want to go call Harrison and ask him." Harrison is one of his buddies.
Yeah.
Who's like one of my favorite friends of his.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have his phone number, so I FaceTime him, right? So I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and call him right now and ask him why he's a poopy man." Okay. And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right, I'll talk to you in a second. Bye." And so I FaceTime Harrison, and he picks up. And I was like, "Harrison, why are you a poopy man?"
Oh, Jesus.
And he's like, "Oh, no. Did Miles tell you the story?" And I'm like, "No, what story?" I was like, "He FaceTimed me and told me to ask you why you're a poopy man."
What?
And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Here's the story."
Okay.
Harrison is our botany boy. He's a botany major, and he lives up in Humboldt, and that he loves it. He's ecstatic about it. It is
hangs out in the like woody areas,
yes,
right? The nature,
the
redlands.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is the sweetest lumberjack person.
Yeah.
We love Harrison, and Humboldt it exemplifies who he is, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that area is him. You
right.
know. So, being Harrison, he helps out friends in the greenhouse, right? So it was either, I don't remember if it was a coworker or a boss, but he was helping this person chop down some tree limbs.
Okay.
Before needing to go to the bathroom.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he was explaining to me, he's like, I'm the type of person where I like to finish a task, and then I'll go to the bathroom, and then I'll go on to the next task. I don't like to interrupt my task by needing to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I get it, right? And so,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the coworker, boss, whoever, right? Peer, student, person, colleague, perfect. Colleague throws a tree limb at him to put in the dumpster.
Okay.
And it hits his abdomen.
Oh no.
Perfectly. And he already had to poop. He'd been holding in poop at this point.
Oh my God.
So he gets bodied by this tree limb and instantly poops himself.
Oh no. That is, oh my God. I'm sorry, Harrison. Oh my.
This happened today.
Oh God. Did it happen right when Miles was FaceTiming you, or was it earlier in the day?
No, it was earlier in the day.
Oh God. Jesus.
So,
you know, like when you watch a movie and you like see someone fall on their back and you feel it. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm going through right now. I'm like tightening up and everything. This is too much for me.
This is even better as telling it the second time around.
You can listen to this forever now.
So he puts the branch down and he immediately tells the colleague, he's like, oh God, I think I just crapped myself. And he's like, she's like, wait, are you serious? And he's like, yep, I'm dead serious. And she's like, how bad is it? He's like, there's a full log in my underpants right now. And if I take off my pants.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
He's like, I am afraid to take off my pants currently.
Oh, yeah. You're taking me back. Oh, my God.
So she's like, Jesus Christ. Okay. So he asks the colleague, he's like, is there still a functioning, does the shower in the greenhouse still work? And she's like, yes. And he's like, all right. He's like, all right. And he's like, does the hose in the rec center still work? And she's like, yes. He's like, all right, I'm going to go take a shower in the greenhouse and I need everyone to clear out of the rec center so I can... I can get changed and look in the lost and found for a spare pair of pants while my underwear and pants are drying.
What color were his pants?
I think they were a khaki. He typically wears khaki pants.
Oh God.
So he takes off the pants, takes off the underwear, washes them out, cleans himself, cleans the clothes, takes the hose, washes his asshole, like gets up in the asshole, cleans it out, and runs to the rec room, finds these women's sweatpants that are just barely fit him. They're like tights on him.
Oh, Jesus.
And he wears those for about 30 minutes before he has to go home, before he is done with the job, pretty much. So he wears...
Why didn't they let him leave early? When the moment he has to wear goddamn spandex, that's when he's like not effective anymore for his job. Like,
well, Harrison's the guy who'll just gut through it because he said he was gonna do it.
I know. I'm not. I respect Harrison for that, but I'm talking about these people. Like if I were his boss, I'd just be like, hey, man.
He said the tightness because I'm like, were they at least loose? How'd they fit, right? And he was like, there were definitely people staring at the outline of my ball sack at a point.
The unforgiving area of spandex. Oh my God.
And so they were sweats, you know, they were women's sweats, but they were tight enough because Harrison's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a very big guy. He's a very tall guy.
Yeah. They were tight enough that they fit like spandex. So that was the story that I got to hear right before you picked me up.
Thank God you didn't tell me that while I was driving. That would not have been good. There would have been another fire at that point.
And I told him because he was like, Miles' reaction was the best reaction that he's gotten so far.
What was it?
It was just like him on the toilet, nearly pissing himself laughing. And in text, because there's a group chat between Miles, Mark, and him, between the boys, right?
Right, yeah.
And so Harrison sent the story in the group chat first. over text, and Miles's response over text was just that ah ha 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 ha, you know, the fucking yeah. So and then Miles FaceTimed him, and just lost it. And I told Harrison, I'm like, I think the only reason why my reaction wasn't closer to Miles's, because this is right up my alley of comedy. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong?
No, yeah, no. I've seen it. I've lived it.
I told him, I'm like, I think the only reason why it isn't to that level right now is because I have sympathy for you.
Yeah.
I know this
pain.
This feeling.
Yep.
Because I told him, I'm like, the amount of times as a skater where I've ran into the rink, you know, late for a lesson or late for the session, and it's an expensive one, and I've had to pee, and I just held it, right?
Yeah, and then, that's gotta be tough for you doing all those moves and the
well, like I forget. You know how sometimes you forget to pee because you're doing other stuff. I forget that I had to pee and that my bladder's full, and then I go to do a double jump that maybe isn't as consistent, and I fall, right, splat, and then just pee.
It just let it go.
Yes, and it's enough to be more than a few drips, but not enough to be like soaked and a problem. You're just uncomfortable.
That's like what they did on a Jackass, where they peed into a snow cone or like a snowball, and then they ate it.
Yes. Jesus. But I told him, I'm like, I've done that not so often, but enough to where I have sympathy for your story. I was just like, I'm sorry, man. Are you feeling better now? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine now.
I've been there only once. Once.
So you've been there.
Where, in Harrison's situation, where I've only been there once, and I don't want to get too revolting because, you know, I would like to have sex at least one more time in my life. And, this is way back in middle school.
Oh, okay.
Where I was walking home.
I'm thinking you're talking like recent, like a year or two ago.
No, yeah, yesterday. What did you think I let go of yesterday? That big moment of pride.
The shit that came out.
That's one less thing to worry about in my life, dude. No, man, I was in middle school, and my middle school was much further from where I lived at the time.
Okay.
You know where I work now.
Yeah.
And so I used to live right across the street from that place.
Okay.
So I would walk all the way up that street, all the way to the middle school, which is, it might be like 2 miles or something, you know? So I would walk.
As a middle schooler is.
It's a lot. For a little chubby guy, it's a lot. And I'm walking every day, every morning, and then back, right?
Yeah.
And I just have to go. Midway, and I'm doing my best to hold it, and I'm just like going and going. And then there's this moment where I get into the apartment complex, and it's like this big fucking fortress of a complex. You have to go through these gates and shit, and past these cars and everything.
Longer.
Yeah, I have to climb upstairs and everything.
Yeah.
And I get not even to the front stairs of where I have to be, and then it just kind of happens, and then there's someone in the distance who's just looking at me because I'm like standing there for like 5 minutes, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to move, because I feel like a disgusting piece of shit, and like this neighbor of mine at the time, she was just looking at me like I was like a creep or something, and I'm like moving an inch each minute. And I wave at her like, hi.
Yeah.
And she's just like looking at me.
Like, what the fuck is he doing?
And then I just go up and I go up, and then I like, when no one's looking near the pool area, I just like take them off and then just throw them over, not in the pool, but over the hedge.
Oh my God.
Into the other people's
oh my God.
Pool. You could hear the little splash, and it's like the little skadoosh, over. And then I just from that point I just started running. It's like, fuck this.
Oh my God.
But I don't live there anymore. So
you're good now.
So I'm good now, dude. Oh, yeah.
You're free to put your poopy pants in
anywhere here.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. It's like people don't live under you anymore, so you can jump as much as you want.
Yeah.
It's just like that with, shitting yourself.
So much freedom now.
It's liberating. It feels good.
It feels good to make a poopy.
They're gonna listen to this, be like, wow, this started like really like they had a really intelligent, not cerebral, but a conversation about the topics, and then it
tanked.
What happened? Did they replace themselves or something?
Well, this is how I thought this story,
just how it was going to be the whole time.
Yes, this is how I thought it was going to be represented in this podcast, and I had in my brain accepted it.
Yeah. But how have you been doing? You're a very busy person.
I've come to either accept or realize, or both, that I am the type of person that won't allow myself to be bored.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm the same way.
Yeah. Like, I always somehow find something or get into something or say I need to do something so that I'm, Yeah. Yeah.
Always moving, right?
Yeah.
Always on the hunt.
Yeah. Sometimes to my own, I push the limit sometimes, but, when I stay in my comfort zone, I'm happy and I'm busy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing good. I just got back from Showcase Nationals, as I mentioned earlier. For the possible listeners, Showcase is before you're like, oh my gosh, she's an Olympian. Please, no. Showcase and freestyle are two very different types of competition in the figure skating world. Showcase is more of like a theater on ice, if you will, for skating.
Is it more flashy and everything?
It's more character based. It's more like put on a show and let me see that you can do a clean program rather than go do a quad, go do 5 different spin positions as much as you can, get a high point grade. No, it's more of like, can you portray a character and take us along for the ride with your smooth skating skills?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was, for example, there's an event called Character Performance, which I was the King George VI from Hamilton.
Okay.
And then there's, and then there's another one that's Emotional Performance, which I skated to a song from the musical Dear Evan Hansen. It was definitely an emotionally moving piece. So you have variety in Showcase, but it's not, the doubles, the triples are not the priority. It's a clean, beautiful, effortless skate that you're looking for while portraying a certain emotion or storyline. They're big on storylines in Showcase. So I just got back from that. That took up Nationals always takes up a week, and that was in Florida. And so the following week, my mom and I stayed in Florida for about 5 more days. The competition ended on Saturday. We go to Epcot, Disney World, Sunday, because, when else am I going to be in Florida?
Right.
And so my goal, which you've known since day one, is Disney on Ice.
You want to be a part of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the goal.
Yes.
It is the goal for you.
Yes, and I'm 21 currently, so it's like prime time currently. Yeah. So
something crazy happened when you were down there.
Yes.
For which was crazy. Yes, you know what I mean? So let's hear it. What happened?
So purely coincidence and wild how the universe or whatever you want to say brought the circumstances together. My mom, the second half of the trip was mainly for my mom because she is, and I'm proud to say, she's 13 years sober. She's part of AA. So she was getting to meet her sponsor because she recently got a new sponsor. She met her over Zoom. And then she was going to visit another AA buddy in Florida. So from Epcot at like 11:30 at night, we had the decision to either go west, a little bit closer to her sponsor, or east, a longer drive to the friend. We're like, okay, let's go back to the sponsor. We book a hotel. We find it, right?
Yeah.
We get a good price for it. And coincidentally, we get there and it's midnight, and my mom gets the hotel keys, signs us in, whatever. And she's like, Jess. She comes out and she's like, Jess, there's a sign on the front desk that says, "Welcome Disney on Ice." And I was like, you're kidding me. She was like, no, it's like right there.
At the hotel you're staying at.
Yes.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, to give some context, Disney on Ice, Disney hires a third-person entertainment contracting company to, it's under Disney's name, but Feld Entertainment is the company that puts the whole production together and does the contracts and all of that.
They send people out to like scout and everything? When you do a contract with Disney on Ice, you're doing it with Feld Entertainment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, I'm thinking, because I already knew before going to Nationals, I've known for years now, that Feld Entertainment headquarters, and I looked it up, is like 45 minutes south of where Nationals was. And we were about 30 minutes west of where Nationals was.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, their tour, I knew they were putting together a new show. I'm thinking they're going to be at headquarters. They're going to be practicing it at headquarters. There's going to be no way I'm going to see them.
Of course, right.
My mom comes in at midnight and is like, as we're tired, back from Disney.
Yeah.
There's a sign, "Welcome Disney on Ice." And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And next morning I wake up and the cast members are down there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is the coincidence that we book the hotel that one of the shows is staying at. Also coincidentally happened to be the closest hotel to my mom's sponsor.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you hear about this, are there any specific like cast members or you highlight or anything?
There was, so when the cast members I wasn't necessarily trying to talk to, because they're doing their job.
Right, yeah.
They don't make the decisions. They're just there to skate. So, and I'm just bothering them at like 7 a.m. So I'm not really trying to talk to them. I'm going to be looking for what they call a performance director. That's basically the guy that's in charge of that particular show, because there are multiple tours going on at once, right?
Of course.
And I did not realize that the performance director that was there for that show was the same one that auditioned me in 2020.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah.
And I did not get to see him until... I literally did not get to see him. My mom saw him at 7:30 in the morning in the lobby the day we were going to leave.
Did she talk to him?
She talked to him and said hi and was like, oh my gosh, yeah. They had a good little exchange. My mom told me about it, and I had just gotten out of the gym, and she's like, go back down. And I'm like, I am showering first. So by the time I get back down there, he's not there. But I DM'd him on the way once I got back here in LA and said, hey, I heard from my mom that she got to meet you. I was just in the area for National Showcase. I'm so sorry I missed you. I would have loved to see you. Hope to see you soon. And he responded, so it was awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yeah. But he, I told my mom, as we were flying back home, landing into LAX, and looking at LA, I tried to choose my words kind of carefully because I didn't want to make her feel bad at all. And I looked to her and I said, I'm happy to be home, but Disney's back in Florida.
Right.
Because it felt that close. Yeah. I was in the same hotel as them. Literally half the hotel was being rented out for Disney on Ice, which is my dream. Yeah. And, she didn't hear me the first time because hearing aids, mama's hard at hearing. Yeah. We're on a plane. So I repeat it, and the second time I say it, I can't help but get choked up. And she hears the crack in my voice, and I start crying. Wow. Because it felt like it was right there,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't an audition. I didn't talk to anybody. It felt so real.
It was like the most tangible, right?
Yes.
At that moment, like the closest you'd ever been.
Besides my live audition in 2020, it was the most tangible thing.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, you know what? Maybe you needed that experience to relight a fire under your butt. So, and then I had seen that one of the girls from National Showcase had been recruited by Disney. And so I was like, okay, now I need to do the legwork to see when they will be in town, because how the process works is for a live audition, you need to submit your information 6 to 8 weeks before they are in your area. So you need to figure out when they're going to be in your area.
Okay.
Which is somewhat easy. You just go to the website.
Yeah. You just you just check it out. Right?
So I did that. They're going to be in town December 8th.
Okay.
At Staples Center, which is now crypto.com.
Anyway. Oh my God. Oh no.
It's still gonna be Staples Center for me.
Yeah. Matt Damon's out in the front welcoming people with statues of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
See, if these guys actually exist because of crypto. The great things they did, crypto.
Yeah. This entire country founded off of crypto.
Yeah. Who do you think funded our rifles, like the manufacturing of our rifles to win the Revolutionary War? Crypto.
Jesus.
God damn it.
So I calculated backward, and I was like, okay, 6 to 8 weeks means I need to submit my audition reel and resume by at the latest late October, which means I texted my coach that, and she was like, okay, then we'll get started on filming the new parts of your new audition reel in September.
Okay. That's pretty soon.
So, yeah, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I have that to look forward to. I also have a new season of Culver Ice Productions to look to. I have new programs, which I'm super excited about. I haven't gotten to tell you this, and I was so excited to tell Miles. You know the song that goes like, if I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me? That's my new emotional program.
Oh, right on, man.
And I'm so excited about it. And I already have like a dress design and everything.
You're going to war with this shit.
I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You know, I had my break, and I'm so ready to just be productive again.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, because I'm of the mindset that I know you can achieve this goal, especially since you do have this. You have a connection.
Yes.
To this guy. You have this experience.
Yeah.
You have the talent.
Multiple connections at this point.
Well, see, there you go. You have multiple avenues in how to achieve this.
Yeah.
You do have the talent.
No,
I know. The first day I met you, you were showing me your stuff of you skating and everything. Well, because
when I met you, I just had the audition.
Well, see, there you go. Yeah, you've been on top of this since the beginning of us knowing each other.
Yes.
And also, I mean, I think it's a certainty that's going to happen.
Oh.
But my thing is, have you thought about, you kind of brought it up a little bit, but have you thought about how it changes everything? You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Like your whole life changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I literally go from like living with my mom and my stepdad and my aunt to in a tiny house in Highland Park to living out of a suitcase week to week, going from different cities on a 1-year contract, and God knows when I'll see my family in person in that 1-year contract.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a lifestyle I'm choosing, and I'm very aware of that, but I feel like, you know, I'm 21. If I'm going to do it, now's the time.
Now you have to do it.
Yeah.
Do you think you're prepared for that movement out of life?
You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to be fully prepared until I experience it, because that is such a niche experience.
Yeah.
And so different from what I've experienced so far. But I feel like I've tried to set myself up so that it won't be too much of a culture shock. I feel like I've tried to prepare myself as best as I can for, you know, that change.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, and I've seen it. I've seen Miles being really supportive throughout the whole dream and everything, the whole process. What have you guys talked about? How it would work.
Literally within like six months of us being together, because we're a COVID relationship for the viewers. We met in January. Or December, January, started dating in February, and everything shut down in March.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Everything just went flatline for a good long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were in an algebra winter intercession course, literally a 6-week math course. So we were with each other like every day. Mm-hmm. In this study group. Yeah.
You can make through anything.
So, but, 6 months in, I'm already sitting to him crying, going, I'm afraid of what'll happen when I go, because this is not an if, this is a when, and
You're right.
I care about you. I love you so much. I don't want to lose you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is already 6 months in, and I'm bawling like a little bitch.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, COVID kind of threw us together. Or not threw us together, but there was a lot of closeness because we're stuck at home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My home situation is interesting. There was a lot of immediate, not intimacy, but like trust and getting to know each other very well within those first couple months that happened.
Yeah.
So we've agreed on multiple occasions at this point. We're on 2 very different life paths, career paths, what we want to do. We both don't want to stay in the U.S. right now because the U.S. is pretty freaking weird.
Yeah,
it's not horrible, but it's not great.
It's a circus.
It's interesting. Yeah. So we've basically said, if at that time we're still happy, we'll try out long distance.
Okay.
But if it's to either of our detriment, or it feels like it's not worth it, if putting in the effort is too much for either of our career,
you'll just let it go.
Yeah, we'll call it quits.
Mm-hmm. What you said? Where were you planning on going, if not the U.S.?
He has talked about possibly going to Japan, which me taking Japanese all 4 years.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Yeah. I literally want to go to Japan on the Japanese tour with Disney on Ice. So, but, he's kind of, as of right now, talking about maybe not even settling down in the U.S., Mm-hmm. When he wants to settle down, he's like, I don't know if I want to raise my kids here. So he's talking about like maybe a place like the Netherlands or like Sweden or something like that, where there's like
Denmark,
where there's just better city planning, better education, better opportunities that you still get. Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself renouncing your American citizenship?
We are going all over the page with this.
I'm just curious about it because we went
from fires, gentrification, accidental poop issues, Disney on Ice dreams,
to exile.
To the state of our country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, this is something we have to deal with now.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, what was that fire other than just a small scale example of it,
Yeah.
Of all the bullshit that's going on right now.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd necessarily renounce my American citizenship. Because at a point, Miles, I feel like everyone at this point has every right to be mad. And if you want to jump ship, sure.
Yeah.
But the way that it came off when he was talking about it to me was almost a way of like, it's for me personally, if I can make an effort to help the problem,
right,
to reverse some of the damage before jumping ship, I want to do it.
Yeah.
But with Miles, it's almost like, I'm not even going to try to put out the fire. Fuck it. Leave.
Yeah. And I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
with
which is
Miles.
Understandable, but I don't know if I necessarily personally agree with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Miles is, he's Thai, right?
Yes.
He's Asian. Especially with what was going on with COVID, I mean, I'm sure he had to deal with a lot of bullshit on people's ends. So.
Well, it's ridiculous because not only is he Asian, so he gets the Asian hate. Well, his dad more so, but he doesn't. He's half Thai, half white, so he looks like
Mexican.
you.
And looks Mexican.
Yes.
I thought he was Mexican.
Literally everyone does. So he either gets thrown like any Hispanic, slur his way.
I want to so bad say what I first said to Miles when I first met him, but I would get canceled immediately. So I'm just gonna.
I know. I thought about it too.
Just gonna leave it there. But I get where Miles is coming from. I think I would more subscribe to how your approach regarding country, because I've definitely felt how Miles has felt.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
When you look at
so
what's
I can't
going
blame
on.
him. I can't be mad at him. That's just where he's at right now.
Yeah. No, you don't want to blame anyone for how they feel when a country's as big a shit show as this one is kind of right now. I know.
For being a first world country and a powerhouse leader of all the other countries, it's like, oh.
I mean, there's some cool things that have been happening recently. I mean, what Biden did with the student loan forgiveness.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, I was
surprised
cool.
that happened. That was awesome.
That's cool. All right, cool. Let's go more in that direction.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going, man. But and I think even Miles shared that on his story.
He did.
And I messaged him because it was in the Biden was when he was making the announcement in the press room. Someone asked, "Do you think this is fair to the people who paid their student loans and everything?"
Yes,
and then he's like, I don't think it's fair. Or he brought up the 1%, right? He brought up the billionaires,
large tax,
the large tax cuts and everything. I don't think that was fair either. And then I messaged Miles. I said, Am I mistaken? Did Biden just drop kick right now? Is that what just happened? I never thought I'd ever see that.
I know. Yeah.
Oh man.
This is funny.
What a situation.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about the future, but we're both at the point right now where it's like we're both about ready to transfer out. For both of us, it's PCC upcoming spring is our last term there, and then we're going to transfer out to two completely different colleges.
How completely different? Like different states, different cities?
He said he might be applying to stuff that's out of the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say it's a matter of when, it really is a matter of when, right?
100%.
Right.
100%. So...
Here, come up a bit more. I want to hear it. It's silky smooth.
So, yeah, it's definitely, we're at this point right now in our relationship, we're happy for the time we have together.
Just day by day.
Yeah, it's day by day. We're happy we're enjoying each other.
Good.
Because we've talked about it. I still love him. He still loves me. I'm not ready to let go yet. Mm-hmm. But if, when the time comes, the time comes. If it does.
These things tend to work out no matter what.
I love that.
I like to think
that.
Despite what that working out will look like.
Yeah, whether it
will work out.
Whether it be a great friendship or coming back together in a relationship or never having to break up or, again, just being good friends.
Who knows? Who knows at this point? That's not what we're thinking about. Right?
Yeah, I'm best friends with one of my exes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. However it works out, that's good then. Yeah.
That's good. That's the more evolved response.
It's the more adult conversations.
Yeah. As opposed to, the the pooping conversations.
No, I mean that as opposed to like,
you don't love me? Fine, let's break up now if you're not going to marry me.
See, it's funny you say that because I do plan on talking with Brian about debating him regarding the Star Wars prequels, which he defends to the death.
I know.
And I will bring up Anakin being an incel.
Yes.
Which even of all people, Sebastian disagrees with me on. Sebastian, if you're listening to this, which you should be, either way, you should be liked, shared, and subscribed.
Hello,
shalom. You need to agree with me. Anakin Skywalker is an incel. And Brian just comes in busting through and he's like, no, he's not. He's my hero. I killed them all. I killed the women and the children.
Killed them all.
Yeah.
The women and the children.
And Padme is all like turned on and shit by hearing that. Oh my God. Disgusting. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Brian about that. It'll get more heated than our political discussion. It actually does get more heated than our political discussions.
Of course it does.
It really does.
Of course it does.
We were out at a bar a couple weeks ago where we were talking. It was me, Brian, and Sebastian. I almost called him Sabrina. We all three of us were at this pub, and we were talking about whatever, and then Star Wars came into it, and then Sebastian's definitely like the middleman in that argument, like in between both of our sides. Yes. I'm very much one side. Brian's very much
side. Yeah,
the wrong side, and we get heated. And we're out in public yelling about metachlorians and, Jar Jar. And
you guys must sound like you're on fucking shrooms.
I think it just sounds like we could have been picking up women, instead. But we were picking fights with each other about Star Wars, And it's,
Yeah.
Oh, God. I forgot what I was going to bring up. I think it was about Brian.
Literally, the amount... he isn't even here, and he's been half of this podcast.
I mean, he's that kind of guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, you meet him, and you have a story right then and there.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. I would... Like what Bob Saget said a long time ago. He said, if you have kids... It's like 10 minutes of material automatically. That's how I feel with Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that this is the Brian Coriel hour or podcast or anything.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Oh, yeah. You had to bring up his birthday. Now he's not going to, a girl brought up my birthday. See, it's important.
No, he's so done with it at this point.
Yeah, okay, whatever. we can talk about that another time.
Yeah. Maybe
with Brian in the room, in the conversation.
Yeah.
Jessica, I had such a great time talking to you.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I'm quite surprised at the twists and turns. If I haven't said it enough,
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to this. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it at work because
please don't.
I think I work with food, so when we get to that poop discussion area, I think I might just like throw up. Honestly, I might throw up, man. It's gonna be bad, but. Is there any place? I mean, you're a skater. You're trying to get in Disney on Ice. Is there anywhere that you want people who might listen to this to find you at?
Oh, absolutely. If you go to I'm on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I have my audition reel on YouTube. So if you look up, Jessica Coffin 2021 audition reel or something like that, or soon to be 2022 audition reel, you can probably find it easily. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, and I have the link in my bio. My Instagram is jess.cough.in.
Coffin what? What are we coughing in?
My last name is Coffin. Literally, Coffin.
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 My mouth? Or no.
No.
So jess.cough.in.
Yes, that is my Instagram handle. You can find my video there. If you could give it a like, to give it more views. That would be so cool.
Do it, fellas. You got great gams.
You got great gams, sweetie.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I had a great time talking to you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I had a great time with you, as always.
As always. We might get some food right now because I'm hungry after this podcast.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Stay safe. Have a good one.
You too.
And goodbye.